Rolex watches. They have always been the ultimate blend of timeless design, impeccable craftsmanship, and undeniable status. But in recent years, certain models have quietly skyrocketed in value, catching the eye of savvy collectors and enthusiasts alike. Want to know which Rolex models are poised to take off next? Well, you're in the right place then. Today, I'm going to dive into the stories of 5 under-the-radar Rolex watches that are about to become the next big thing. Ready to turn your wrist into a gold mine? Let's go. Number 1. Rolex Air King, reference number 14000M. The Rolex Air King might not be the first watch that comes to mind when you think of investment potential, but that's exactly why you should pay attention. The Air King isn't drenched in hype like the Submariner or Daytona is, but that's the genius of it. This watch has a history. It was originally designed for RAF pilots in the 1940s, so you've got that aviation cool factor baked right in. It's classic, it's clean, and it's super elegant without being flashy. Think of it as the James Bond of watches. Understated, but deadly stylish. Now, here's the kicker. While the Air King doesn't get as much love as its more famous Rolex cousins, that's about to change. With Rolex constantly shaking up its lineup and discontinuing models, the Air King 14000M is primed to follow the path of other retired classics. Once they're gone, collectors go wild. And right now, it's still available at prices that won't make you cry in front of your banking app. The 14000M is simple, sophisticated, and has that old-school Rolex charm that hardcore collectors drool over. The bottom line, get your hands on one before everyone else figures it out. Number 2, Rolex Explorer, reference number 1016. Let's dive into the world of vintage with a modern twist. If you're into that timeless retro vibe without compromising on reliability, the Rolex Explorer 1016 is the watch you need to keep your eye on. This is one of those rare models that's not just getting older, it's getting cooler. It's basically the fine wine of Rolex watches. The older it gets, the more irresistible it becomes. The Explorer 1016 is the ultimate adventurer's watch. It was designed for those who don't just sit on the couch binge watching Netflix, but rather it's for real-life explorers. Yep, this watch has some serious street cred. It's rugged, and it's built to withstand whatever wild expedition you throw at it. But at the same time, it's clean, it's sleek, and it's refined enough to wear with a suit. Talk about versatility. Now, here's the deal. Because it's vintage, finding a Rolex Explorer 1016 in mint condition is like discovering hidden treasure. And like all treasure, it becomes rarer by the day. That scarcity? It's driving up the value big time. Collectors are on the hunt for well-preserved models, and the 1016 is hitting all the right notes. It's historical, it's stylish, and it's functional. Literally ticking all the boxes. So, if you can get your hands on one, the Explorer 1016 is one of those pieces that you'll be proud to own now, and even more thrilled with when its value continues to climb. Whether you're an adventurer, or just love the idea of wearing history on your wrist, this vintage stunner is a collector's dream. Number 3, Rolex Sea Dweller, reference number 16600. Okay, so everyone knows the Submariner, but let's be real for a second. There's another Rolex dive watch out there that is ready to blow up in value, and it's not getting nearly enough attention. Enter the Rolex Sea Dweller 16600. If you thought the Sub was the only diver in the Rolex game, the Sea Dweller is about to flip the script. This isn't just a dive watch, it is a serious tool watch. Originally designed for deep sea explorers, it's equipped with a helium escape valve that lets it survive insane depths. I'm talking hardcore deep sea diving stuff here, not just a dip in the pool. The Sea Dweller was designed to handle the pressure that would make the Submariner sweat a little. It's for the folks who dive into the unknown. And honestly, how cool's that? But here's where things get really interesting. The 16600 had a pretty short production run compared to other models. Well, we all know what that means. Limited supply, growing demand. Collectors love that. It's got a rugged, no-frills design that screams business. And with its short production period, this model is becoming a hot commodity. The Sea Dweller 16600 might be sitting in the shadows for now, but as more people start to realize its value, this sleeper is about to wake up, and it's going to wake up fast. If you're looking for a dive watch that's got serious street credibility, a killer backstory, and investment potential, This is the one to grab before everyone else catches on. Don't say I didn't warn you. Number 4, Rolex Oyster Perpetual, reference number 277200. Alright, let's talk about a Rolex that's not just elegant, but fun. The Rolex Oyster Perpetual with the Tiffany blue dial. Yep, that's right, we're going for color. If you've been following Rolex trends even a little, you've probably noticed the hype around these vibrant dials. But here's the thing, we are only scratching the surface of how valuable these watches are going to become. The Oyster Perpetual is a Rolex icon, clean, minimal, and timeless. But throw in a splash of bold color like Tiffany blue, and suddenly you've got a fresh, modern twist on a classic. It's the kind of watch that stands out without screaming for attention. That balance of being playful yet refined is pure genius. And collectors love watches that hit this sweet spot. Now, some people think that the current buzz is just a trend. But let me tell you, it's not just hype. Rolex doesn't mess around with their designs, and these colorful dials are going to become major collector pieces, especially once they're discontinued. And we all know how Rolex likes to pull surprises, so these dials might not stick around forever. Once they're gone, it is game over, and prices will skyrocket. Trust me, you're going to want to be ahead of the curve on this one. The Rolex Oyster Perpetual 277200 is the kind of watch that combines classic Rolex craftsmanship with a fun, bold twist. It's an investment you'll look back on with a smile and a little extra cash in your pocket. Number 5, Rolex GMT Master 2, reference number 116713LN. Alright, let's dive into the world of the Rolex GMT Master 2. But instead of the usual suspects, like the Pepsi or Batman, we're shining a spotlight on a hidden gem. The two-tone steel and gold version, reference 116713LN. This watch has been quietly gaining traction, and it's about time we give it the recognition it deserves. Two-tone watches have always had this love it or hate it vibe, but guess what? They are making a serious comeback. The steel and gold combo on the GMT Master 2 adds that luxurious touch without being over-the-top flashy. It's like wearing a little piece of elegance on your wrist that doesn't scream for attention. And let's be real here. It's a way more approachable price point than all those all-gold versions. Who doesn't love a good deal, especially on a Rolex? Now, while the Pepsi and Batman models are hogging the spotlight, the 116713LN is flying under the radar. But savvy collectors are starting to take notice. It's got all the GMT functionality that you need for jet setting around the globe, plus a stunning design that effortlessly blends everyday wear with luxury. Imagine rocking this beauty at brunch or on a weekend getaway. It is the perfect companion. And what's really cool is the relative rarity of this model compared to its more famous siblings. That rarity is a game changer because it sets the stage for some serious appreciation and value down the line. Rolex two-tone models have this knack for sneaking up in value when people overlook them for too long, and the GMT Master 2 116713LN is no exception. So, if you're in the market for a Rolex that combines practicality with a touch of luxury and a lot of potential, keep your eyes on this beauty. You might just find yourself with one of the best investments in your collection. And there you have it. 5 Rolex models that are not just ticking away, but are poised to skyrocket in value. These aren't your typical mainstream picks. These are the underdogs, the hidden gems waiting for their moment in the spotlight. Remember, the world of watch collecting is not just about what's trending. It's about understanding the history, the craftsmanship, and the potential that these watches hold. Keep an eye on these models. They are investments that can grow with you over time. So, what do you think? Are you ready to explore these rising stars in the Rolex universe? Let me know in the comments down below, and I will be sure to respond to every single one. Like and subscribe if you love elegant timepieces. And if you don't subscribe, it means I'll just have to wait another day to onboard you. Thanks for hanging out, and until next time, keep those wrists looking sharp.